Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In my quest to find the perfect small pair of pliers to carry with you every day, I found these pliers from Japan. They're the Tsunoda PLC 150s. We're going to compare these to some small options I already have, as well as some features from larger pliers that you probably would like to carry with you. So let's get set up and we'll talk about it. Okay, so here they are, guys. What drew me to these is the fact that they have the triple slip joint, just like the Talon grip pliers from Snap-on, as well as the Icon pliers, which are a copy of those. They have the triple slip joint, and I've really seen the value in that lately. But this is in a very small package. These are more like your traditional slip joint pliers, but they have some pretty interesting features. Pretty good for EDC. They're 150 millimeters. They're just slightly larger than the 150 Cobras, so I'm not sure how they measure these. They come in this chrome finish, no handle, no dipped handles, but they have the textured metal handles. Pretty comfortable, pretty smooth to operate, and they open up pretty wide. Now you probably noticed that these have kind of a spread out gripping portion here. They do come to a nice closure at the tips. I'm going to compare that to some other pliers that I've been carrying. So it basically combines some of my favorite features in one little plier here. So let's compare it to the two most obvious competitors. I've been using the combination pliers from Knipex. Turn them around for a beauty shot here. The 180s. They're a decent size, a nice full handle, but they're small enough they'll fit in any tool pouch. I've been running the Cobras for a long time, and I just recently got the 150s. These open up to an incredible size, but they are limited in that they don't have cutters. Then they aren't necessarily like needle nose for gripping things. We're going to try that out. They do come to a nice finish here on the tips, but I feel like this is the best of both worlds when it comes to pliers. I like that you can use these combo pliers for gripping nuts or bolts like this, and they have the cutters. The cutters is important to me. That's the main thing I want, as well as the ability to grip things and twist and bend. The bolt grabbing portion is kind of a secondary thing to me. And so if you see on these combo pliers, and I didn't realize this in my initial review, but they do not come to a complete close. You can probably see there. And the reason they do that is to allow some wear on these cutters. Now, the teeth are opposing teeth, so that's good. It gives you a pretty good grip on thicker things like this. Gives you a nice grip. But with the Tsunoda pliers here, not only do they come to a nice grip at the edge, but because they're slip joint pliers, you can open them up like this, and they give you a nice firm grip. You can see there's like no twist there hardly. It kind of reminds me of the twin grips. That's one of my favorite things about the twin grips, is that you can open them up wide. Of course, they can grab the bolt two different ways. Actually, I have them too wide here. Sometimes these small adjustments make it hard. Same here. You have even more positive lock on the bolt here, the bolt head. But obviously these are pretty big. These are 200 millimeters. They do have smaller ones now, I think, that are 180 millimeters. That's still a little bit big for me to have a pair of pliers to carry every day. But because of this jaw design, whether you have it in the middle position or the end position, it's going to keep those jaws parallel like this, which is perfect for grabbing bolts, twisting like this. And of course they have the larger bolt grabbing portion. Get it lined up here for twisting like that. So these combo pliers are pretty limited that way. They do not grip bolts very well coming on straight like this, and really they're limited in the size that you can grab. sideways just because of those cutters. Now the cutters are going to be superior, but I was pretty surprised. I tested these out on not only some copper wire, we'll try that first. If you didn't know, pretty much all slip joint pliers have a cutter right here, but if the pliers are loose, it's going to make it pretty limited. These are actually pretty smooth. Let's move up to some coat hanger wire. This is what surprised me. You can comfortably cut these with one hand, even compared to the Knipex. Honestly, I feel like it's easier with these. And as it says on the package, these are rated for soft iron and annealed iron. So basically any soft steel. You can go all the way up to something like this galvanized steel wire, which is actually pretty thick. And so that's a big bonus for me. Basically, it gives you the features of the Talon grip pliers. You know, they're known for being able to grip and twist and pull on things. Of course, these are 9 inches long. I do hope that Icon eventually will come out with a smaller pair. One of the reasons I wanted to try these out, they're only $17, and it will help me decide whether I would like to eventually get the 5-inch Talon grips from Snap-on. Those are around $50. It's going to have the same design here, but it has the gripping needle nose with the crosshatch teeth like these Icons. And this is a pretty handy little size here. Even compared to the Cobras, I feel like you could actually get more work done with these. And I like the fact that they are an inline design, just like the twin grips. And the reason I decided to get these is it's an inline design. It's comfortable, doesn't allow you to pinch your hands in between here. Same with these. And it keeps the handles at a comfortable distance. You can see my one issue with these is the middle position. I always have this problem with slip joint pliers. There it goes. I even notice it with the Icons, is it's hard for me to engage it sometimes. Still getting used to them. But even when you're gripping larger fasteners, you can see these handles are a nice comfortable distance here. Compare that to the Cobras. These probably are superior for bolt gripping, gripping pipes. I'll show you here. Now, the adjustment might be a little bit more finicky. You're going to have a good grip on that. And these can even grip all the way back here. And they have gripping portion here. And it gives you a pretty good grip for this size of handle. A lot of leverage there. Same here, they don't twist out of your hands or anything like that. And you can wrench on things like this. But they don't have cutters. It's not an inline design. And even though they are a nice light package, I feel like these slip in and out of a tool pouch a lot easier. So I've been running these in my main little tool pouch here. They slip right in the side nicely. And I feel like they make a good companion to these combo pliers, just because I like having the larger cutters on these. So I'd love to hear what you guys think. At $17, do you think this is worth it? I've been really impressed with these made in Japan tools. They offer a lot of really good value and extremely good quality. So I'm going to probably be checking out some more in the future. And like I said, this is to help me decide what small tools I could carry and justify maybe the cost of a more premium tools in the future. So I hope you guys enjoy this video and find it helpful. We'll catch you on the next one.